Back in 2021 at the Game Awards, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss announced a Matrix-themed Unreal 5 demo to be shadow dropped at the end of the show. What seemed like it was going to be a rather simple visual showcase with photoreal cutscenes and limited interaction actually turned out to be quite a large and detailed world. The best way I can describe it being dense. It was a mind-blowing experience playing this at the time. It seemed like this was giving us a peek into the near future of gaming. We actually thought that games were going to start looking and feeling like this, but now 5 years later nothing has come close to this, and it doesn't seem like anything will in the next few years either. I mean, GTA 6 hasn't come out yet, but I actually don't think that game will particularly be some next step in gaming. People thought the same thing about Cyberpunk and were disappointed. GTA 6 is just gonna be another GTA game, and that's okay, but it's not gonna be some next generation reinvention. Maybe I'll eat my words. Hey, I'd love to be proven wrong. Anyways, the insane tech on display in this demo, again, the density, the huge city environment, the sheer amount of NPCs and vehicles, the impressive damage physics, the audio is incredibly realistic and immersive, and of course it has an added bonus of being Matrix themed as well. It's still so impressive 5 years later. Obviously it's not some smooth experience performance wise. The demo was released December of 2021, shortly before the release of The Matrix Resurrections on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. It was delisted not a year later in July of 2022, so you can't play this if you never downloaded it before. It's lost media, the only thing to survive from it being the city environment in the Unreal 5 workshop. So I'm just gonna go through what goes on in this demo, what you can do, some cool details and whatnot, and since I am a huge Matrix fan, talk about how a cool Matrix game could have and still could really work. This music, this aesthetic, I love The Matrix so much. What's cool is this was actually written and directed by Lana Wachowski herself. We begin with an Unreal 5 recreation of the first Matrix movie, with Neo sleeping at his computer, as a narration by Keanu Reeves plays.
Like many of you, I work with computers. I like the freedom I feel outside the limitations of the real world. But computers are also mirrors, reflecting back who and what we are and the choices we make.
We transition to a live-action Keanu Reeves. He posits an age-old quandary about what identity even is. This is of course a huge theme in the Matrix series, exemplified by Neo's character.
Where do ideas of who we are and what we want even come from?
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real?
For instance, I'm not even sure why I'm here.
It cuts now to an Unreal 5 cutscene, then back to live action, then back to Unreal. On first run through, making us question what is real and what isn't. The metahuman models are insanely impressive, as now we see young Keanu and now Carrie-Anne Moss. These are interesting ideas they're talking about, where in a digital reality, you can become more of yourself, embody more of your own identity than you ever could in real life.
20 years ago, we asked ourselves how long it would be before faces and bodies could be changed as easily as we change clothes.
We wondered, what would identity mean in a completely digital world?
And what would reality mean when a world we can build feels as real as our own?
We transition to the Matrix world, and look how much better the character models become with the cinematic lighting, color grading, and of course not being able to see their eyes.
What just happened?
Yeah, this is what they wanted. They said they were fine with your theoretical mumbo-jumbo, but they needed some sexy action.
Who said?
The marketing people.
Marketing? I thought we were supposed to have total creative control.
Welcome to the Matrix.
Here's some of the meta commentary that Lana Wachowski really goes for in Resurrections. My favorite part of that movie was the meta feeling of the first third. It was the closest we've gotten to feeling the first third of the first Matrix movie, where we don't know what the hell is going on.
I sometimes miss this version of us.
Me do.
Love seeing the reloaded versions of these characters again. All of the Matrix games to this point have been canon, no? Path of Neo was more of a retelling, but Enter the Matrix and even Matrix Online are part of the larger story. Also, this makes sense for this to take place after Resurrection, after Neo and Trinity have taken control of the Matrix. Now they're training the player character.
It's all supposed to be a little unreal.
This takes us to our on-rails shooting segment. This is incredibly cinematic. I mean, look how the glass shards are sliding around the whole time. We can shoot the tires, of course, eliminating the agents' vehicles. We can even aim for the agents. Love seeing them dodge. If you let them get close enough...
Dodge this.
These cutscenes look absolutely unreal. I love this under the overpass, bobbing and weaving through traffic. Now we get a machine gun and absolutely unload on these fools, even taking down a helicopter. The explosions, the destruction effects, everything, it all looks so good.
Time to blow this pops down.
Come on, that was awesome. I mean, that honestly would have been enough. But we continue with a tech overview, which I'm definitely no expert on, but it's cool to see all these systems in conjunction throughout this demo. That was just the intro. The real Matrix Awakens starts now, as we drop into this wholly realized city environment. This is still so mind-blowing 5 years later. I've never seen a game get scale so right like this. Every building feels so huge. It feels so real in that way. The sheer amount of AI assets in display at the same time makes the world feel so alive. The variety of vehicles, and especially of the NPCs and their realistic animations, adds a lot to the experience. Look at this lighting. Damn, the audio makes everything so immersive as well. The music is such a vibe, adding a sense of wonder to this grand affair. We can go into free cam, giving ourselves a bird's eye perspective. There's cool photo mode tools as well. It was really fun for me to set up striking cinematic shots. Other settings you can adjust are the position of the sun, you can adjust the amount of people and cars to enhance the performance, and of course you can turn the matrix filter off, making things look even more insanely real. This straight up looks like New York or Chicago or something now. This city is big too, it's quite impressive. We have a map with some points of interest. Yellow points lead to stations where you can administer a nighttime setting, which looks so good. Wow, all the lights and stuff, man, this is such a vibe. I love being able to just boot up this demo sometimes and just walk around. This is so cool. Orange points lead to plaques that give fun facts, bars, and challenges you can take on. Of course, we can also drive. There's normal cars and sports cars. This is where the performance can get chuggy, but understandably so. The crash physics are so damn impressive. The sheer impact that some of these high-speed wrecks have is so awesome. I love the Matrixy details of phasing through people and destroyed cars despawning by blowing up in green Matrixy bits. Such a fun visual to look at. There's a fair amount of Easter eggs around, there's Fortnite llama scattered around, the world has a good bit of personality with billboards, banners, building variety and such. There's a rumored jump park area that's, when you find it, a fun place to play around in. Here's the freeway loop and a plaque that challenges you to drive around it in under 4 minutes. Not so easy, especially with traffic maxed out. Naturally, since you have flight, you're gonna want to head to the top of the tallest building, and the game knows it too, making for a fun little quest. Another plaque challenges you to look into interiors as well. On a TV screen, there's a blurry-ass image of the Matrix Reloaded, the highway chase. You can see Trinity and the Keymaker on the motorcycle. The crazy high numbers and all these different statistics, they're just flexing on us. Another challenge issued to us to surpass the 144-mile-per-hour speed record. Yeah, so about that. So normally, yes, on a long road you can surpass this and get up to around 148, but I was just driving and this happened. This is sick. Just a flying car whizzing over the river. We can enter the background city environment, phasing through the buildings before tumbling on down the rabbit hole into the void. 534, beat that. So yeah, that's about it in terms of what we can do in this demo. It's just really cool and insanely impressive, and again, this level of pizzazz has not come close to being reached by video games since. Obviously, it would be quite a feat to see all these systems in such a high fidelity span a full-length title, but dang, this demo really had me thinking this was something we could get in this generation. I don't have much else to say about that, but as a huge Matrix fan, this demo also has me yearning for a full-blown Matrix game that could use this demo as a base for. A Matrix city, impressive guns, vehicles, actions, destruction, trippy visuals to accommodate a trippy story. Something I've always envisioned is a story told in reverse, where we begin in the real world, and since the real world in the Matrix fucking sucks, the main character yearns to live in the Matrix. It could serve as a kind of commentary for disassociation in real life. You would start with a basic, crude character creator in the real world, intentionally frustrating in its limits. Then that base character, when entering the Matrix, can be further customized with the whole residual self-image thing.
Right now, we're inside a computer program.
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
The new character creator could even allow you to change the character's gender, making them canonically trans, an idea that the Wachowskis originally wanted to implement directly in the first Matrix with the character of Switch, who in line with their namesake would appear as the opposite gender in the Matrix, in line with their residual self-image. Obviously, Warner Brothers was not about that. Screw them. Either way, Matrix stands as a story that has various meanings, one of which, of course, being a trans allegory in line with the Wachowski sisters' own personal journeys. Cool clothing options would also be in the updated character creator. As seen in the films, everyone's got some cool drip they put on in the Matrix. After that, of course, you have this expansive open world with a lot of different ways to interact. You'd have guns. Lots of guns. Lots of vehicles, skill trees, and upgrades would have in-universe meaning, with upgrading through uploading information into your brain, like Neo does. Tutorials would take the form of simulations. Not sure what the story would be beyond this, but it would be interesting to have it set after Resurrections. You could have Jonathan Groff Smith returning, being an anti-hero rogue character you could potentially team up with. Different choices shaping your character and story is a must, as the whole Matrix story springs off of that very first choice. You can make your character a power-hungry villain, becoming disillusioned with reality, being a commentary for how people can disassociate into media, trying to escape their lives, which is also an opposite parallel to Neo's journey. It would be interesting to focus on a character whose ambition is to live in the Matrix instead of the real world. Another pathway could be a more heroic one, teaming up with Neo and Trinity to stop whatever evil force there is. Maybe Neil Patrick Harris's character is up to no good. The different side characters could range from fellow ship crew members from reality, Matrix people, and of course programs. It would be really cool to have a side character who's just a normal person who's under the influence of the Matrix, who the protagonist then bonds with, even being a romance option. And then it's a decision to either tell them the truth of their reality, thus potentially ruining the relationship, or you could choose the protagonist to take the blue pill so they can live happily with the character. There's also some real cyberpunk vibes that the films have in some places as well that the game could take advantage of. You could have segments in the real world, having a ship, a crew, dealing with sentinels. I mean, I'm just throwing out a whole bunch of ideas. There's really so much you could do. The Matrix honestly could only reach its full potential as a concept through a deep open video game. It would be perfect. I was really hoping that this demo would soft launch a full-on Matrix game, but alas, it is not to be. Yo, Warner Brothers, hire me. I have ideas. There is that 5th Matrix movie that they're apparently doing without Lana Wachowski, which is just seems like a bad idea, and Lana herself was playing around with it in Resurrections.
Our beloved parent company, Warner Brothers, has decided to make a sequel to the trilogy.
What?
They informed me they're gonna do it with or without us.
I thought they couldn't do that.
Oh, they can.
Anyways, that was just a little reminder that this demo even existed, and that it was and is a super cool experience that showcases the potential of gaming that still has not been tapped into 5 years later. My next video will be an analysis on Soma, that masterpiece of a game. Then September is going to roll around, and oh boy, there's going to be a lot of games rolling in from then all the way through till November when GTA 6 drops. I'll try and make reviews for all the games I play, and then I plan to do a fun project on reviewing all the Game Awards shows since 2014, and that should be fun. I am also shortly gonna post a video compiling all of my B-roll footage from this demo, because there's a lot of cool cinematic shots that I got and I just want to get it out there. So yeah, that's it. See ya!